get started.
Anyatna, you push that. The blue one, is that?
It's okay, just, so I'll introduce you and then I'll give the floor to you, no worries.
Okay. Oh, and it's recording then. This will be recorded. Okay.
Yeah.
No pressure. Maybe I should. Am I dressed okay? Does it look okay, or is it?
You look great.
Doesn't need it. I have a suit on. It's just you can't see it. It's just cold. So
It's okay. It's okay. No worries. Okay. So let's get started. So welcome to English Without Borders Thursday webinars. We are very happy to see you, and we see that some people are joining us and will join in a few minutes as well. So today we host our guest, Benjamin Bertrand, who will talk about technology use with Flipgrid app for communicative language. Hi, Ben. Nice to see you. So it was such a pleasure to see you at the English Without Borders conference, and your presentation was indeed interesting and useful for many teachers that we decided to also to host you at the webinar. So, bigger audience of teachers will know about this app and will also take advantage of learning how to use this app and use them in their daily teaching. So let me introduce our speaker today. Benjamin Bertrand has taught EFL since 2005 in both China and Korea. And the experience included teaching a variety of ages, levels, and English courses. He completed a Master of Arts in Teaching English as a Second Language in 2013. And in Korea, he taught university English for 5 years at the Incheon National University. While working there, he completed all PhD coursework that focused on linguistics and second language acquisition. Recently, he completed 3 semesters as a virtual English fellow in China that finished this year in July of 2022. The field of TESOL, travel, and learning new languages are all passions of his. His current position as an English language fellow at Bokhtar State University has been really rewarding for him. So we are so happy to host you today, Benjamin. And dear audience, please use this time to ask your questions to our speaker after his presentation. And Benjamin, please be informed that people are watching us not only on via Zoom, but also we are on Facebook. So dear audience, please don't hesitate to ask your questions to our speaker and leave your questions in the chat box or comment box, so we'll address those questions to our speaker. So thank you so much. Benjamin, over to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nasiba. I'm happy to be here. So I'm here at the American Space Bokhtar here, and I work at the university here as a language fellow. So yeah, it was great to do that conference for the English Without Borders. I did this topic with some Access teachers as well. So it's been great. Okay, it looks like Firuz, we got some people here. Awesome. So we'll go through some slides on my PowerPoint. I have a few questions to ask to get you thinking about technology and apps you may be using, and maybe some problems you might have, or also some solutions to those problems here in Tajikistan. So let's get into that, and then hopefully we can also, if possible, we can try to create videos. It may be difficult. We'll see what we can do with the technology. So let's get into that. Let me go ahead and share with you. And let me get to the start here, slideshow. Okay, technology use with the Flipgrid app. I use this for communicative language. So let's see here. We got communicative language teaching, of course. So in the area of new trends in English language teaching, we can keep that in mind. We can think of apps that you may use or know about or like to use in the future. Let's focus on that first question there. And you can put in the chat your thoughts on that first question. What are some apps you use? What are they good for? Or something you'd like to use in the future? Okay, good evening. Yeah, well, I'm just going to look at the chat here a bit. Great. Okay, Kahoot's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. I've used Kahoot a lot in classes. Padlet's good. Thank you. Mevluda, yeah. Mentimeter. Menti, yeah. One of my colleagues used that. Quizlet, yep. Absolutely. Of course, Flipgrid, okay, Farouz, yep. That was a lot of fun. When we did that in each conference, had a lot of fun with that. Getting creative with it. Yeah, Menti, yeah. We did that in there in Hujan. Yeah, great guys. Yeah, I know you guys have a lot of ideas out there, I'm sure. And Flippity, yeah, Flippity. Okay, I have seen that. On Blookit was one that I did. One I had recently learned from a friend. Yeah, Blookit. It's a little bit like Kahoot. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, there's so much out there. What's the best one to use? A lot of these questions would come to mind. How can we meet the theoretical? Okay, our theory to practice. How can we do that? Flippity. Oh, Flippity and Flipgrid. I think I didn't quite use, I don't know too much about Flippity personally, but I don't think you can make the videos with that quite like Flipgrid, but I will have to look that up. If somebody knows Flippity a little more, I haven't really used that in my class much. You can put in the comments. If anybody knows, if Mavluda knows, you can add there, but yeah, I haven't seen that there was a video portion there, but there could be. That's a good question. For making Q&A. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that app a little more deeply later. So let me move us around just a second. Okay, we go back to the start here. Okay. So you both go on to the the second question that I have here. So what are some problems teachers face in Tajikistan? I'm sure we have things in mind. And what are some solutions to these problems? You can do two and or three in the chat if you want. What are some problems we have? Yeah, bad internet connection. Yeah. Yeah, we're so lucky we have these American spaces around the country. And then my English resource room, I'm really glad to have that for student clubs when we get into let me get back to that. So let me get back to that share. Okay, let's check again. Okay, let's check. Can you see that? Okay, let's check to see if it's okay now. Okay. Tell me in the chat there. Black again. Okay, maybe when I get into that. Okay. I check on the chat. Okay, why don't I go ahead and just put that in? I'll just write the question there. For some reason, I'm still getting used to the Russian commands there. So I'm just going to put the questions in the chat and you can think of that. What are some problems we have that we face in Tajikistan? What are some problems we have with technology? Okay, yes, yes. Okay, yep. Teachers don't know how to use technology, poor internet connection, lack of experience. Yeah, I mean, I have a wide range of teachers in my class. Some are like, can you show me how to find a worksheet for like Christmas? And literally it's just a Google search. So I have teachers like that. And then I have, just teachers that can do everything on their own and then they never talk to me. So yeah, it's really a mix of abilities, and we're trying to help as many people as we can. Yeah, lack of experience. But yeah, the internet in the class, in the rooms is an issue. We have projectors and screens like that, but we need that in every class, honestly. Afraid of using it, yeah. Fears and doubts. We don't want to use it as just, okay, I'm using it, but we want to use it to enhance these theories, enhance the communicative language teaching, enhance the task-based learning. So that's the main thing. It's just enhancing what we do. It's not like absolute. So we can do it. You can be really good. You can use sound methods, best teaching practices, but it's just so nice and it makes it easier on everyone. So that is something we have to keep, hoping, pushing for in more universities and language centers and so on. Fears and doubts. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Okay, so let's go on to the solution part. Is there anyone, can you guys think of some solutions or maybe some ways that you might deal with these problems in your classroom? Or some people might have a language lab. That was an idea brought up in my university to have a language lab time. We haven't quite organized that, but we want to do that in the second semester. So what are some solutions? I'll put that there. If you have any ideas, you can join in. One solution, teachers can first download the resource. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did see some teachers. I did see some teachers download some really good PowerPoints they did. And then having a projector with it. Yeah. Bringing in a laptop, attaching a Bluetooth for listening. Yep. American Spaces. Yes. Of course, workshops. Yeah. Self-learning. Everybody's got a phone. So we could encourage that more. Even WhatsApp groups. There's plenty of things, yeah, we could implement. Self-learning, yes, absolutely. Yeah, we want to empower. I mean, the main goal we want is to move students to be independent learners. That's the goal, is move from dependent to independent. And my colleague, the coordinator at our ERC, is always talking to me about, I have to spoon feed so much, spoon feed the technology, spoon feed Word documents, to the teachers. And it's like, look, we want to, teach them to do on their own. So that's a thing an ongoing thing we're working on in my class, or in my ERC anyway. Telegram, yep, that's good. Okay, yeah, and if you can, and then with this app, if we can get into talking about uses of it. If we can just somehow get students in a spot where they can perhaps download the app or practice using it, find a place that they could use it for like even homework. We'll talk about that later, but maybe there's some ways we can use this app really well. So we can talk about that soon. Okay, great, guys. So great solutions. Yeah, there's plenty out there to think about and consider. All right, so let me get back. Hopefully that blackout issue, okay, is not, blackout thing is not going on. I must have clicked something. Okay, so we got our background ideas going. So So yeah, no, for this presentation, I want teachers will be able to, some objectives. Teachers will be able to practice using a popular app for all types of learners and content areas to create a short video. Teachers will be able to understand more about technology use in the classroom, connect this to their current methods. Maybe you're using CLT, communicative language teaching, task-based learning, and other areas that support current trends and best practices in teaching. You could use this for graduate level students, even for term paper presentations. I did have that with the students I taught in China. So they made good use of it for that. I was surprised. A lot of things. I think it's very versatile. Last one, teachers will learn about ways to practically use this app in their inside or outside their classrooms. Okay, so that's our objective for this. So Flip, it's changed to Flip now. It's an app that allows teachers to create grids. They were called grids or topics to facilitate discussions based on lessons and activities in class. Teachers can post questions and topics, and students can post video responses. Teachers may want a topic for target language they're working on, grammar review, vocabulary, presentations. Responses can be for monologues. You may have that, or you may have pair conversation. You could have group presentations. A lot of things are possible. So that's Flip. That's what it is, Flip now. They added some things. They added some things to this, yeah. We mentioned some of the apps there. So content and language integrated learning. So here are some of the new trends, right? So we have content areas, history, science, geography. Okay. You can use it for that. E-learning applied to ELT. Okay, blended learning. Task-based language learning, okay, as we know, or project-based learning, okay. Situated language learning, let's see, in this approach, learners involve actively in meaningful language learning situations and contextualized practices created by their teacher. Situated language learning focuses on context, situations, and knowledge construction. Students acquire skills and knowledge best within realistic contexts and authentic settings, or engage students in experiential language learning tasks. So this situated language learning kind of connects also with edutainment because they have new things going on. People are learning English with games, augmented reality with different applications that show 3D, VR, virtual reality, and so on. Okay, looks like we had someone put something up there. Okay. So that's a little of the background there. So what I'd like to do now is get to our app so we can take a look at this and get an idea of this. And if we can try to do it during the webinar, that would be great. If there is some issue with this, we can just have you do it after the webinar is completed. Okay, so we'll see what we can get done. So we can go, if you want, you can try to go ahead to myflipgrid.com, or actually Flip here. This one might go directly, and then you have the join code there. So if everyone can go to that, we can take a look at this while we're doing the webinar. So take a minute and go ahead and get to this website and look for where you can put a join code. Every time I've done this, it's always better if you do have a laptop, but you can do it with a phone. We were able to do the videos with the phone, so laptops are usually better. It's easier to access the features, so that's the main thing for using the laptop. So get there. And let's see if we can, if people are. Let me check this. Okay, thanks for putting it there. Yes. Okay, there's the join code there in the chat. Thank you. And it might have gotten black again when I did that for some reason. Let me get out and come back in. Okay. So just say if so, have you been able to get on there? Let's see. Okay, I'll just give you just a minute there. Okay, if you got someone on there, okay. Hopefully more of you got on there. If for some reason you can't get on there, okay, if some reason you can't get on there, we will just back on there. I'm just going to go ahead and share the website with you. And you can just follow along, and maybe you want to take notes if there is some technology issue, but it's pretty straightforward. So let me share the website with you. Okay, let me get that for you. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to show you my conference first. So you should have been able to get to the group. So EWB, it says EWB Access Conference participants. So some of you participated in this, I can see. So you should see this group, and then you can look, and if you see the Home Alone kid, Kevin there, says Happy New Year. So I change this each time for the season, the holiday. So then you should be there. So we have some intro and reflection questions. And you can just test this and see what you want. If you want to say other things, we had Access and EWB teachers say different things they wanted to say, and some people didn't follow the prompt at all. They just wanted to have fun with it. So yeah, it's just mainly just for you guys to practice a little bit. So let's take a look here. So basically, so tell me about yourself. What will you do on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? Are there any activities, methods, or lessons where you could use Flip? So you can think about this, and you can talk about this. And if you want to just do a monologue, you can practice. Or if you have a friend with you, you can make a video and you can ask each other questions. So what you're going to do for this, you don't have to download the app at all. You just have that code and you can join. So I'm the moderator. So, well, but of course, when you teach using this, you can just be the moderator. You'll make your profile. And, oh, it looks like we got someone. Oh, that's a nice idea. Read a book with a group and make your reflection on Flipgrid. Yeah. Thank you, Manija. Great. Great idea, I'm going to say. Okay, awesome. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, so just take a look at that. Yeah, you don't have to do a full profile or anything right now, but just you just do that with your email, like the typical thing when you sign up for when you log into an application, right? So yeah, so you make your group, and that's what I did here. It'll prompt you to make a group, plus group there. So I have my groups here. I'm going to show you guys some examples of this in action. But yeah, you just add a group first, you make a title. You can add pictures or whatever you want. As you can see there, I did some. And then the next step is just make a topic. So maybe you're doing an intro topic. That's what I did for this. Maybe you have something on a topic with jobs and careers. Maybe that's your topic and you want to focus on students using gerunds and infinitives for grammar. You know, maybe that's what you want to do because that's connected to what you're doing in your book. And you want them to talk in pairs in this. And then you could also, you could give them could be a quiz, a test, and see how they do. And you can give feedback for each one. So there's things you can do with this. So let's see. We have a few people here talking. Let's see this one. See if you can hear it.
Hello everyone, my name is Ganjina.
I am Farzona. My name is Farvina.
My name is Ganjina.
It's
Here we are at American Space Project in today's conference, and the conference was
Unforgettable and exciting. Really
Yeah.
informative and fruitful for us.
and the organizers.
Thank you to organizers and US Embassy.
Thank you very much. Hello
Okay.
everyone, my name is
All right, so hopefully you got to see that. Okay, so that was in Hujan. Let me go back. Oh, this one's kind of funny from Fruz, the cactus.
Hello everyone, everything is good here. I'm in a very good position because I am a cactus.
Yeah, I love that. That was
Hello everyone, everything is good here.
that was a hit. That was good, Fruz. Yeah, and then a few that we had a fellow also join in. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. Why don't we take a look at one of my classes from China? Okay. Okay. Can you guys see the video okay? Everything's okay? Okay.
No,
Yes.
no, we don't see it yet.
Just now, right? Were you able to see just a second ago?
No,
Hold on, me.
yeah.
Did you miss? Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, but you're able to see now, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, it was just a second. Every time I switch to chat on there, it kind of it blocks it or something.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go on to an example from a university class from Xinchuan, what is it? Xinhuangdao in China. So let me go ahead and go to one that I thought was pretty good. Show and tell is a classic activity you could have where students get to share something really important to themselves. So I asked, so the topic, show and tell. Tell me about something special you got as a gift or bought. Why is this important to you? You can show the item, if possible, up to 1 minute or so. So you can adjust the timing if you want. If you're doing a long presentation for research, of course, you may have 10 minutes or so. If it's something small like this, I usually go about a minute and a half. I don't go too long on this one. On my usual topics for speaking. So let's take a look at Eden. Yeah, it's one girl. She did one. It's like a stuffed animal. Let's check this out.
Hi, Ben teacher, I'm Eden. When I was a child, we have a little dog whose name is Da Huang, and he is so adorable. He has yellow, soft hair, and he is so smart. My sister and I always play with him. Unfortunately, he died when I was 12, and I really miss him. But I don't want another dog because I think it is unique to me. So when I saw this dog, I immediately bought it because they are so similar. he is the most special friend in my life, and I will always remind him.
Okay, great. So you can see like they can use a lot of language there. She's doing a monologue in here. So yeah, you can really have the guidelines how you want. But yeah, so she used a lot of language, a lot of adjectives. She talked about herself, her personal life. This was a meaningful thing for her. So I really like show and tell. Closed captions, we got immersive reader. Let's see that for a second. See, depending on how fast. Yeah, so you can actually observe what you'd said. It puts it into words. Yeah, this turns out okay. I think most of the time it looks like it's been okay, but sometimes the words are wrong. So you gotta double check it. Depending on your accent and so on. Yeah, so that might be the accent might be an issue. There's different things. So yeah, I encourage you to play with the settings, and you can also if your students want it hidden, they can have it hidden. If not, it can be active. Let me get to a few chats. I'll have to go to the chat. It may go black again, but I'll just share again. So let's take a look here. Okay, Zuhoro, yeah, Zuhoro. Okay, was in the EWB conference. Great. Glad you could come back. Okay, so I'm just gonna get out and come back again. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. Is anybody having problems getting the site? Have you been able to start trying to share the intro video? I'll check every so often. If you want to put in the chat though, I can, if you want me to look for your video and make it active so others can see it, I can also do that. I hope to get some at least after this webinar. That would be good. But yeah, you can put in the chat and I'll check it and I'll make sure it's active. There's different settings you can have. So let me get back. I'm going to go back. I'll be out of the chat for a second. Okay. So that's one on show and tell. I have different topics. I had weather forecast, personality. You have to recommend. Oh yeah, the weather forecast. That was kind of funny. They have to forecast weather and choose a country and make a forecast. So yeah, I do like projects where they can do a role play. So yeah, recommend a city or place to travel. Relationships, history, pairs, groups, and so on. And I had different, yeah, I think that was the same topics. Language theories, e-presentation. So yeah, you can get into higher level topics. Let me see here. Let's do another one. We can see type of teaching. We'll do this one.
Hello, Mr. Ben. My name is Zhang Jing. I chose the presentation is the effects of TPRS teaching method on English teaching in primary school. I will introduce from 5 aspects. Okay, now let's look at the first one, introduction. English is one of the world's important languages through specialized.
Okay, so that keeps going. That's one on research presentations. Yeah, so something you might want to do. Okay. All right, I'm going to check here if anybody was on here. We have some in the chat that did already make one, so that's good. And got to practice. That's the main thing. Zibo, so. Okay. So we can check that later, but yeah, there's a lot of features to try and look at. Let me take a look here. Oh. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Practice with it. Let me. Yeah, if anybody more towards the end, if anybody would like to share, they can. Let's do another one, maybe. How about American Space? Let's do it.
Those amazing trainers.
Hey, hi. I'm here, Parvis,
and
I got that very good thing.
From
Business card. Yeah, here.
So right now we're at the conference for the teachers, access program teachers, and we have a lot of nice presents here. Thank you.
Those amazing trainers.
Hey, hi.
Okay. Yeah, so some people just did whatever they want. They didn't always follow the prompt. One guy was walking around. Kind of funny.
Hello everyone, today we're in American Space Station and now we have something next to show about SS teachers program, 2 days program. So we have been here for 2 days and we had a lot of sessions, and now we're going to tell some feedbacks from my side and from the side. And we were really thrilled to be here for 2 days. We found new connections, we found new friends, and we had an experience, a fantastic experience, which we're going to implement in our lessons. Second time. Yeah. As you see, all the teachers come here, all the teachers are engaged. Now they're making it virtual, they're working together. I can say that, this session will be the best session.
Okay, so you can see that some like to walk around. You could have your students maybe go to a museum, a Tajik museum with Tajik art, talk about it in English. That would be a fun thing to do. So field trips, that comes to mind. Okay, so there's plenty there. So, and I can share more if anybody wants, but yeah, let's go. I'll check this later, but yeah, I'll just come back to this and check this later. For now, let me get to some more questions and get your thoughts on what you could use, how you could use this. Let me get to those towards the end of my PowerPoint. The end of my slides here. All right, so how can you use Flipgrid? Flip, I should say. I keep saying Flipgrid. Oh, hold on, I got it. Just a sec here. Need to show you that. That would help. Oh no. Okay, hold on a sec here. So how can you use Flip for your classroom? That's the first one. Why don't we focus on that one and then we'll get to the second one. So go ahead and put in the chat. What are some ways you can use Flip for your classroom? How can you connect it to your lesson? Maybe there's a textbook you use that you'd like to, what are some topics that come to mind? Ways you could use this. Anything you want, go ahead and put in the chat. So I'm gonna let that go a little bit. How can you use this? Okay, I'm gonna step out again. Yeah, that blackness. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. Now, do you provide feedback for your students regarding the content they created? Yes, I do. Yes, of course, I go through, depending, now in China, I had huge classes. So it was so time consuming, really time consuming, because yeah, some, I think it got up to 40. I think 40 might have been the top, but yeah, a bunch of those. So I would have short comments to show that I've looked at it and get it for participation. And then at other times, you know, I'd let them know that, okay, I'm gonna weigh this video more heavily after they've had practice. So it might be a group role play that's part of a homework grade, and then I would give more feedback and some patterns. And then usually in the next class, I would share some feedback of patterns I noticed, and maybe it's pronunciation, maybe grammar errors, conversation strategy errors, right? Maybe they're not communicating as natural as I'd like, or things like that. You know, and I think if some students didn't want to show their face, they didn't want to be filmed, so they just use audio, and that can be okay too. So I be flexible with that. So that's that question. Okay, students can talk about their daily activities with a short video where they can talk about their favorite restaurant, food, or sport activity. Nice. Yep. Awesome. Yep. Speaking is good. Okay, now, what do the students like about Flipgrid most? Okay. Some students, when I got feedback, they liked getting a lot of chances to use it. So in class, they might be speaking, and they might be making more mistakes, and but with this, they can make videos and they can edit, and again and again and again. So they can think about they can be mindful about what they're doing. They can see the immersive reader part also, so they can see if they made an error based on the words. They can check that. So I think that's what they liked about it. And I really did get a lot of people to do it. I think what was hard with the Chinese students is that they, like here, they had technology problems, or they couldn't get a phone. They don't have a phone. There were issues like that. So at times I couldn't get everybody to participate, or they'd be late, and it was hard to get them motivated to turn it in on time. So I had to keep working on deadlines with them because they'd be too late. But yeah, I think that was one of the drawbacks, is just having a phone. That's a good question. Let's take a look. Okay, Mevluda. Okay, yeah, they can interview each other. That's really good. Very practical, especially for you guys here, they can practice that. And because there's a lot of people applying for grants, scholarships to study abroad. So that's real practical, something they need to have that skill, interviewing skills. Gain confidence, right? Feel more confident. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's see. Give feedback to each other's videos. Yeah. Peer feedback, of course, after some time has passed, when the students are more comfortable together, when they can handle feedback from a peer. Yep, that's a good idea. I usually wait. I don't do it too soon, but I have done peer feedback. With this, all the students really wanted it to be hidden. You have as a teacher have the moderator. As a moderator, you can put active or hidden. Those students were shy, and most of them wanted it hidden, but you can have it active and have people check each other. Let's see, feedback. Yeah. Okay, disadvantages of using Flipgrid. Okay, does Flipgrid help shy students from speaking? Okay, what about you guys? You guys want to think of that question? That's a good question. Can you guys think of some disadvantages? What do you think? Anybody put in the comments? What do you guys think? Some disadvantage, or yeah, we can do that one first. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do second question from Nasiba. Those are good. Okay, we got, okay. No internet connection. Okay, if we have no internet connection in the classroom, can we give it to students to make it as homework? Yeah, and that was my main purpose actually, personally, with this. Depends on where you're working. Yeah, if you can do things in class, it's nice because they're right there and they can get help and support. But yeah, a lot of times you can have it as homework and they're saying stuff over and over again. They're speaking and they're speaking. I thought it was, now I when I was at the university, when I was teaching, well, since I have been teaching university, I haven't really always given specific graded homework, I guess, when it's in person, but I started giving more homework when I did online teaching, I would say, because I didn't have quite the same interaction that I could observe. I didn't have those informal observations. So yeah, I did it as homework quite often. Okay, okay, so we got some disadvantages back to that question. Some people, yeah, they don't like to video themselves. Yeah, I could understand that. And I did have a number of students that would just put a backdrop with just a design, like a painting or some kind of cartoon or, something like that. Okay, not everyone can have the access. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so those are some disadvantages. I like that. Those, okay. Trying to think if I can think of other reasons people just might not be so good with technology. Yeah. So let's see, does Flipgrid help shy students? They're speaking. What do you guys think? Any you guys can add to that second question there from Nasiba. What do you think of the shy students? What do you think? I'm not sure about trying to compare Tajik students and Korean, but I think the Korean students were extremely shy. Yeah, okay, so Manisha says, of course it will give them confidence by the passage of time. Okay, so they have more time to think and consider. We have often the common lesson and our common lesson part method in class is just, think, pair, share. Well, you do have students that need more thinking time to share. They're really shy. Yeah, so I've had that issue here. Oh, Abduholic. Okay. We can use our laptop or phones for Flipgrid activity. Yes, you can. You can use both, but I mentioned laptop is always better. Always better. It's easier to use the features. I thought they had a feature with music, but it doesn't seem to be showing up anymore, where you could have music going with the conversation, which is kind of interesting. I thought they had that feature and I don't see it now. I don't know why. But yeah, there are more features, but with the phone, you have less access to the features. Yeah. They're hard to see. It's just kind of hard to use. Okay, so let's go back to that. Okay, so shy students, yeah. So they have time. So students, you have a lot of students that are shy. They don't want to talk. And when they can do this in the comfort of their house and they have lots of time, plenty of time, they can keep practicing essentially. Yeah. Okay, so Nasib, we got another one here. Intermediate or beginner. Okay, what level of students do you start using Flipgrid? Well, yeah, I think it could really, I think you could use any age. I really do. I don't see any limitation with this at all. I mean, if you wanted to do beginner with babies singing their ABCs, I mean, you could do that too, honestly, and then just give them little feedback, maybe some emoticons, pictures. I mean, maybe you can do this with young learners, intermediate adults. Yeah, anyway, it's real versatile. And okay, great. And then my second question on the PowerPoint, maybe I'll not share it. I'll share it in the chat there. So why should we, so one question that came up a few times is why this app? Why not some other app? There's so many apps out there. Why is this one a little better? Okay. Oh, I'll get to that in a sec. Okay. Kids maybe will be more interested more than adults. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't, well, I've done university learners. I haven't done older learners so much. I haven't really had, older adult classes. So, I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, yeah. Okay, so let me finish that question. So why is this app better than others? Why would you use this over, say, like WhatsApp? Someone mentioned. I'm not getting any money from Flip. No, I just like it. There's no business dealing. I just found one and I used it. So if you do find something as good as this and better, we share with each other. Of course, you always want to keep using the best things, right? So yeah, I have to I'm comparing, for example, Kahoot and Blooket. I have to think about it more. There's things I like about both. But some parents for that, they might say, oh, well, if you're in a language school and you had to you're teaching there, and the parents might say, oh, well, this is too much just fun time and they want more speaking for those apps sometimes, or yeah, you have to think of your audience. You really do, and when and where to use it. If I was, it depends. It depends. I did all kinds of teaching. So I did private teaching. I did language teaching. I did university. I did all ages. So I think you have to think about your context. Is homework appropriate? Is it part of your program? Are there certain objectives, outcomes that you have to meet? And can this enhance whatever you have for homework? So those questions, you have to ask yourself in your specific situation. Yeah. So why would it be better than say WhatsApp? I did get an answer to that, and I can share if no one is quite sure. So, well, one of the things, depending on the time, we okay on time? I think I'll go ahead and answer that one. So what I was told is that with WhatsApp, it can be less, less academic, of course, and more for friends, and it's easy to lose things, and it's not organized. It could be unorganized or not a priority, mixed in with other things that students are getting when everything is on one app like WhatsApp. They use it for so many other things. So just to have an app where you can do videos, and then all the features, of course, that Flip has. It has so many other features. And so I think there's more things you can do with Flip, and it's organized in groups, topics, and you can organize all your lessons or whatever you want with it nicely. And with the comment section and everything else, I feel that it's better. And with the Chinese students, I had the WeChat app, and you could do video and audio. A lot of times, yeah, the audio is okay on the WeChat. If you're doing some audio things, you could have a WhatsApp group and have some audio clips. I did do that also. But I think there was some issue with the video on WeChat anyway. We had an issue where they would the video would expire, and it was just it was messy. I didn't like it. I like the clean and precise site. I like the app much better. So yeah. So yeah, those are the things. Okay, so those are some good questions. If you have other questions, we can go to the last part. If anyone has a question about what I'm doing here in Bokhtar, or any other question about teaching you might have, you can put it in the chat there. And I could go back. Let me. Was anybody able to do a video while we're doing this? Were you able to make a Flipgrid video? Make a flip video. I keep saying Flipgrid, they change it to Flip. Okay. And don't worry if you weren't, that's fine. I'm sure, yeah, if you can. I'd like to see some of you guys that some videos of videos that I haven't seen yet. So I'll check later. Try to give you a comment or something. Oh, okay, that's a nice idea. Okay, a video card for New Year's. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's a good idea. No, why didn't I think of that? That's great. That's a great idea. Yeah. You guys should take that. I did use a video as a gift later. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I did a no tech kind of what was it? New Year's resolutions sort of activity. But yeah, oh, that would be good to have even New Year's resolution video. They could put a backdrop for their idea. Maybe they're going to go on a diet or something. It could show someone working out, or a picture of themselves, or yeah, they can get real creative with this, you know. Maybe they want to, what did I have? We had a big list of matching with pictures, and yeah, diet, not watching too much, spending too much, you know, to stop spending too much time on social media. That was one. Yeah, good ideas there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much, Benjamin, like for such interesting presentation. I hope also like our previous week speaker, Wu, she also participated and she also left her comments. So you can see that, yeah, she is also thankful to you. So dear all, thank you very much, and huge thank you to you, Benjamin, for sharing your experience of using Flipgrid. And I think that the teachers will also do self-learning by going and creating their own video on Flipgrid. And it would be great if they share their videos through our Telegram group, because we have a Telegram chat group. So please, dear all, you can share your feedback there. So it would be good. Yes. And using this moment, once again, we would like to convey our, best wishes to all of you for a new year, for Christmas, and of course wish you a happy holidays. And so we have our next webinar next week on December 29th, And our next speaker, she will talk about how to use visualization and really good instruments for setting goals and achieving those goals. And if you want to learn about how to make these instruments and how to use better of them and make your plans achievable in the coming years, we kindly ask you to join. So Zuhal, she will be doing this presentation and she will share lots of interesting stuff that you can use for your personal and professional growth as an English teacher. Thank you so much, dear all. Thank you, Ben, and hope to see you again. Dear all, please take care. Wishing all of you to have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy holidays. Bye.
Happy holidays to you.
Yeah. Bye.